Hi, this is JP Morgan. Today on the Slanted Lens, we're out here in Canyonlands National Park, and I brought with me the 70-300mm new Tamron lens for Sony, new E-mount. This is the world's smallest telephoto lens. It's small and compact. This is a 300mm lens. Fabulous. It's so small and so compact. It's a 4.5, 6.3, which is about a stop and a third in that variation from 70mm to 300mm. We're going to be in Arches, we're going to be here in Canyonlands, and we're just going to shoot away and just see what we get. One of the things I've been really impressed with already is the focusing distance, how close you can focus. It's like 31.5 inches, which is incredible. It allows you to get very close. As I stand here, I can focus on the dirt at my feet with 300mm. So this follows the same form factor of all the Sony lenses, and as they keep them very lightweight and very, very compact. In order to accomplish that, you have all of your kind of controls in the menu of the camera. So if I want to go from manual focus to autofocus, I change that in the camera, hit the FM button, and change that very easily in the camera. It's an easy way to work. So you don't have that switch on the camera or on the lens that makes it smaller and more lightweight. Also, you have in-camera stabilization. I don't have it in the lens, but those two work together excellently. So it's very lightweight. It's 1.2 pounds and it's 5.8 inches. I've got a polarizer on here. Makes it look longer than it is. It's not that long. Very small and compact. It's one of the smallest, if not the smallest, telephoto lenses for a 300mm that you can get out there. So I've been enjoying shooting with this lens, had a little time to work with it. It is a full frame lens, it's made for a full frame sensor. Can use it on an APS-C sensor. It'll just give you a crop factor of like 105 to 450. It works seamlessly with all the Sony functions in your camera, autofocus, the chromatic aberration corrections for lenses, lens corrections. I mean, all of those are going to work seamlessly with this Tamron lens. You may want to update your older cameras, your older Sony cameras, make sure they got a current firmware update to make sure everything's going to function absolutely seamlessly. But I've had no problems. I'm shooting on an A7 RIII, and it's worked flawlessly. It really has. So Tamron uses in all these the RXD stepping motor. It's the same motor they use in all of this series. It's very quiet, it's very quick, takes advantage of, it talks with your camera, so it takes advantage of all of the different functions of your camera as far as autofocus, all those autofocus features. It just works seamlessly with the Sony camera. It's what it's made for. You should see this shot I did of the moon. I just looked at the moon, clicked an image off. I was astounded. I mean, it's 300mm. It's not like it filled the frame, but when I punch in on that shot of the moon, it's pretty stinking sharp, pretty amazing. So who's this lens good for? It's excellent for sports. It really is a great sport lens. Anything from soccer, football, any type of sideline sports are going to be great with a 300mm lens. It's also great because I love the fact you get an in context with 70mm, like I did with the climbers, and then a really tight shot so I can get in and see the people actually on the rock. So I like those two different options with a lens like this. When I did the bicyclers, it's exactly what we got there. I was really tight as they came around the corner, and then I could zoom way out to that 70mm as they got the little jump in the foreground. That really was excellent. Lens worked excellently with the internal autofocus of the Sony. I had the little square, as Sonys usually do, when it's a little further away. But as it got closer, it picked up the eye and started to eye track as it got a little closer. It's got that 4.5/6.3. Do you wish you had a 2.8 with a lens like this? That would be wonderful, but it would be about that big around. It would be a huge lens. So that 4.5/6.3 is actually a pretty nice setup on that bokeh. When you get to 300mm, if you're in very tight, your background falls nicely out of focus and the bokeh is beautiful. The most important thing is picture quality. Let's look at some of the images and get a really good look at the picture quality from this lens. The edge-to-edge sharpness seems really incredible. Seems great both on the 70mm end and the 300mm end, but let's look at some comparison of those. Here's some at 300mm. We enhanced them. There's some at 70mm. And then we enhanced some of those. So there's a look at the sharpness and the quality. So this lens falls in the category that every photographer and videographer wants, and that is a lens you really want to have, but sometimes you can't justify the expense. When it comes in at $550, it really makes this lens more achievable. There's other lenses out there that are like $1,100. This puts it in a category where you can afford the lens you'd like to have and without breaking the bank. All right, let's wrap this up. It really stood out for me that it really works so well with the autofocus features of my Sony camera. It eye tracked, it did all the things it really needed to. I love the fact that I could reach out and isolate things and I can get a more context at 70 millimeters. So it just covered a lot of different bases for me. So you tell me in the comments below, would you choose this, the 70 to 300 millimeter, or the 28 to 200 millimeter that we shot over in Yellowstone? So which one would you choose of those two if you had to choose only one? It'd be great to have them both, but if you only had to choose one, which one would you choose? So leave me a comment. Make sure you subscribe to us here at the Slanted Lens and keep those cameras rolling and keep on clicking. Let's see what monitors I've got in my 1813 SKB case. MPF battery charger, MPF batteries, small HD 702 touch, small HD focus 7 bolt 500RX, neoprene sleeve, SDI cable, bag of antenna, 2 HDMI cables, small HD focus bolt 500 transmitter on camera monitor, D-tap to Sony NPF, neoprene cover, D-tap to AC cable, wooden camera ultra arm mini monitor mount, small HD DP4. There's the 1813 case packed up and ready to flamingo.